Alright, so I've decided to narrate a few of my paintings. Here we got a circle going on. About to put some black on top of it. Make it pop. Got some more red. Gonna crumple up a piece of newspaper. Slam it on top of there. Get some texture going on. Peel this bad boy off. Like bam. Alright, gonna cover it up. Get some nice hard lines with that. I'm going to do a little blue planet over here. Get some blue going down. Get me a little line over here. Just do something different with it whenever I decide to scrape it like I'm doing right here. And what I've got is just a piece of magazine paper and I'm just sliding it across, create texture, make it look circular whenever I put the cup on top of it. Now I'm coming in with my two colors that I want for my background, kind of space dusty stuff. Get my underlayer for my rocks down. Pull that off, looks really nice. And just shade it. Set the bowl back on top. Do the same thing for the plant off to the right. There we go. Get some shading down. Now we start adding spurs. And you don't want to completely cover everything black. You want to leave like little individual spots where that underlayer can come through and create some depth for you. And here I'm making stars. I'm just lightly holding down the can at an upward angle and the little drops are coming down on top of it to create stars. Get a little bit more space dust going on. Create some more depth by adding another layer on top of it. Make it look more 3D. Put a few little glares right here, like maybe there's suns or something behind the planets. I never know what I'm doing when I do these, by the way. It's all just very random. I stare at a blank canvas and then randomly throw things in there, and then it makes a picture. Got a nice little star going on in the center. Now I'm going to start creating some terrain to add some more depth to it. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just taking some magazine paper, I've crumpled it up to create texture, and then I'm just moving it along while I remove the paint to make it look awesome, like some rocks or something. And then I just do that, and I'm going to end up going back over it with a palette knife to create rocky texture. This is just my first layer, so to speak. Everything that you do with spray paint's in layers. You're never going to do just one solid color here or there. You're always wanting to put more than one layer. The more layers, the more depth and dimension your painting's going to have. Now here I'm scraping away paint with a palette knife to create some rocky texture. It's really not that difficult. It's just how hard you press on it and at what angle you go at the painting at. You can come from the top if you want, the side, it doesn't really matter. Each way you do it's going to have a different outcome, so you just have to experiment with it. Do the same thing to this rock over here to the left. Now I had no idea what I was going to put in the center here. I was just looking at it and I hadn't really thought about it at the time whenever I was painting. So I'm going to be doing some improvisation here, trying to not cover up my other rocks. Try and get a little decent amount of control with the paint. Right now I'm taking a magazine paper and making a mountain. I just make it at a point and then I drag it down, pulling off paint here and there to create a mountain, and now I'm going to go create some more rocky textures with another crumpled up piece. Blend in all these sides over here. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing all these paintings. I'm trying to fund science projects, so I decided to paint and create a project out of that in order to fund science projects. So, and they all deal with green energy and stuff like that. Solar power PV cells. I need to order some, and also need some reflective plexiglass and a giant fresnel lens. So you guys know you love science. I mean, if you're watching this and you like space, then you like science. So help me out. I'll help you out. Make you a painting. Alright, now here I am just making a city at the top of this mountain. And it's not very hard to do that, to create the illusion that there's a city or something up there. You just scrape in different ways. Just think about how you can create different buildings. I know you can't really see very well what I'm doing right now, but I don't have a camera guy, so I just had everything at one distance the whole time. Now I'm scraping stairs away to create the illusion that there are steps going up this mountain into this city that's on top of this cosmic world under this star. And just make some more steps. And what you see there that I'm spraying on top of the paint whenever nothing's going on top is a clear coat. It makes it wet so I can scrape the paint away easier with my palette knife. You'll find as you practice that there's all sorts of things that you can do differently in order to get different textures, shapes, create the illusion that something's there when it's not, because that's all art is. It's just everything about it's an illusion. Our brain pieces each individual shape and color together in order to form a picture. Alright, well now I am putting some trees. Decided to put them under each planet, like maybe I don't know, planets reaching up for the planet that the trees are on are reaching up for the other ones, you know. So, I've got my tree under my red planet going. And then I'm going to create one off to the right under my blue planet. Finish up the steps down here. And again, all I'm doing is just scraping away the paint to reveal the layer underneath. So see how you can see all that orange and stuff and nice bright yellow come through on the trees and the steps and these rocks that I'm creating? It is layers. That's what you got to think of it as. So if you want a red rock, you're going to have to put red layer underneath, black on top, scrape away the black to leave the red. And if you push down harder, you can even get the white underneath too. And that creates some nice highlights for you. By the way, you don't have to be super artistically talented or anything to do all these. My first paintings that I started out doing didn't look that great, but it is all practice. It's just figure out how to push the paint, figuring out the layers, because everything else after that, after you figure out how to work with the palette knife and you figure out how to layer things, this kind of art just falls together, falls into place. And here you go. It's done. I don't even know what to call it, but there you go. Go practice.